Welcome to the Creative Connections Podcast, connecting creatives and geeks all over the planet, one tiny podcast at a time, once a week. We are grateful to be sponsored by several software tools sold in our tech shop at creativeconnections.tech. Check it out today and see what new tools we have for your business or creativity. And now, here is your hostess of Creative Connections, putting hashtag art and apps on the map, Stacy Brayuga.
Hello everybody, it is Thursday, and what happens on Thursday but the creatives get connected. So, I am so excited. Today's guest, I'm going to jump right in. Today's guest is the sexy, the confident, and the all-around gorgeous Tanika Mason. I was blessed to sign up for a beta test she did last year, because you guys know I'm like, beta test? Did somebody say beta test? I'm in. What's it beta testing? Oh, okay. You guys know I'm all beta test, right? So I did a beta test for one of her classes and fell in sister love right from the start. Her presence is so uplifting, empowering, and like a longtime friend from the get-go. Another tech girl in my list of techie girls on the show who both love learning about and using new technology in our work, but even more, we love creating and uplifting others. So her Facebook group is an engaging, supportive, fun place to be a diva. And she's just plain fun to hang out with, sometimes late at night. I can't wait to meet her in person someday, because somehow that's going to happen. Welcome to Creative Connections, Miss Sexy Diva, Sexy Confident Business Divalicious, Tanika.
Hey.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I am pumped. I have had a fun week, and we're going to tell you guys about some of the things that she and I have been chatting about in our private messages. We're not going to tell you everything, but we'll tell you some of the things that we're talking about. Some things you just don't talk about in public.
Exactly.
Yeah. One thing I loved about your class is how you walk people through their own mind, body, soul, business, and marketing. You use worksheets. And sometimes those worksheets, I'm not going to lie. Oh, my notifications are on. That's lovely. Excuse me, everyone, while I turn that off, because that's going to be annoying. And I usually don't do those. That's what happens when you don't run your checklist right before the show. Oh, well. Anyway, so she does worksheets. And I'm going to have to say that at first, Stacy was like, worksheets? Really? These worksheets look like I'm in third grade again. Do I want to be in third grade again? But you know what? But after you have those, and you review the course material using them, it did two huge things for me. Big. Those two things it did. It kept me listening instead of focusing on taking notes, scribbling notes. It kept me focused on what was going on so that I didn't forget to listen. It also gave me a ready-made set of notes at the end of items that were important. Because the notes were things like the worksheets are things like fill in the blank. And the top three things that whatever. And so you really do feel like they're a third grade type worksheet. Mm-hmm. But, oh, sorry, I just got a message from somebody about that our video is freezing. I don't know. Let me stay right where you're at, Tanika. Let me do a reload on my page and see. And see if we're still freezing or not.
here. We're still freezing.
I know there's a little bit of lag. So I'll wait for the audience to let us know whether we're freezing and whether people actually caught our beginning or not, because we want to, maybe we'll cover the information again. It could just be a, Facebook tech glitchy whatever day today too. So anyway, I was really glad that those worksheets gave me something to, they were a foundation of the information. And so even though at first I felt like that was a, like, oh my gosh, I really don't know if I want to do worksheets. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, I'm gonna see if if you are watching at the moment. What about now? Can you guys hear and see us? This is the nature of technology and live feeds, is that it doesn't always come up, and that's okay.
It is what happens.
So I've got two people there watching now, our two videos, and if you guys can see and hear us. 3 people. Hi, Barb Tomlin. Oh my gosh, it's good to see you, girlfriend. Yeah, we thought we were having some tech issues, so I was hoping that people got to catch the intro and stuff. And my wonderful guest, Tanika Mason. So we'll just jump back in and keep going.
Okay.
So what happened after I took this beta test with her is Tanika and I sent private messages back and forth all year, just kind of getting to know each other and sending messages. And after I was in her beta test, I was also lucky enough to win one of her drawings after I was in the Diva beta. And ever since then, we've chatted on Facebook and had some fun late night video chats that we kind of figure are like, what would happen if it was late night in the zoo? What happens after all the guests leave in the zoo, and what do the animals really do? So, you guys hear me talk about my squirrels every week. So like what people, what are my squirrels doing, and what animals do you have going on, Tanika?
My octopus is my big one.
That's right. So she's got an octopus going on. We've got a killer zoo here. I've got a friend that's got hamsters, another one that's got chipmunks. I've got my squirrels that you guys know about. We've got octopi and maybe some other things. I forgot to, I'll have to add, that may be a weekly question, is ask my guests what animal would they think they are. Because what we've done is when we have our late night chats, it's like, okay, this is kind of like what would happen late night if after the zookeepers leave. So, and a lot of those chats are kind of like we've known each other for a minute, Sometimes we just kind of like kick back and I love that feeling when you just click with somebody and have shared interests and shared loves. So I appreciate you for that greatly.
I appreciate you for that.
and we've also Tanika did a cool video about my show yesterday that I actually didn't catch until this morning, and she was telling people about how the things that we both like technology, and we both love creativity. But the other thing we do for each other is sending each other little snippets of, hey, did you hear about this new technology or this new website? And then it's, well, wait a minute, have you used this one? I'm not sure about it yet. It costs a lot of money. Have you tried it? And just in following each other. But the more important thing we do in those messages sometimes is kicking each other's backsides, making sure we keep each other accountable to what we're doing. She has kept me accountable more to drinking my water. My new mug, you guys.
Yay.
Thanks to my Glassy girls, my MBR girls. I missed you guys last weekend so much. But MBR 2018, number 13 of that, I will be there. Maybe I'll do Creative Connections live from the lake.
That'd be fun.
But there's water in this, not Diet Dr. Pepper, and that's partly Tanika's fault. So she's got me drinking more water, and I don't know, what do I have you doing different?
Well, as far as technology, I'm on the lookout for all kinds of stuff. So you've got me playing with all kinds of new software and apps on the iPad, and just, I can pretty much guarantee anytime that we get on either Facebook or Peer, whatever the case may be, I have a list of notes of new ideas of stuff to try. So, yes, lots of pages.
Your microphone sounds a little bit scrambly. I'm not sure.
Is it, let's see.
Like, it's almost like it got extra feedback. I'm not sure. I don't have my audio person handy, so I'm not sure. I might get some information here.
Is that better?
A little bit. It's almost like had staticky going on.
Let's see here.
And it could be me, but I'm not. See. Yeah, it's Gilberting. That's what I thought, Barb. Gilberting is a word that came from blab. Those of you who don't know, the derivation of the word Gilberting goes back to J.S. Gilbert, who happens to be a good blab friend. If you can just refresh your screen, you hopefully will come back with that. Yeah, just hit a refresh. So, for those of you who don't know, there we go.
I'm here. How's it going?
That's better. That's so much better. Yeah.
Yay.
For those of you who don't know how I put how I do my show is through Aperion, and then I do the screen and run that through Ecamm Live. It was at the time I started the best way to do it, and right now that's how we're running it. Is to have so there's a couple technology pieces. Is I use Aperion. We make the screen full screen and run that through Ecamm Live and share my full screen, and that's what you guys get. That's not actually a real lower third there underneath Tanika's face. That's actually my fake lower third, which is the background on my Aperion screen. So there's a couple little tech tidbits if you are live streamers. So let's get in. Let's dive into some sexy stuff. Because she is Miss Sexy. Sexy stuff she has on her website, in her group, and bunches of she's got, from what I hear, she has bunches of notebooks, which I do have a notebook. Those of you who know me, I'm a digital information girl. I keep my stuff in Trello boards, but I do have a notebook that sits right here next to me all day, and sometimes I scribble in it, and sometimes I write in the board. And every once in a while, I dump out what's on the notebook into the board so that it's all there, and I start with a fresh sheet of paper. So, you have notebooks. How many notebooks do you think you have?
It's got to be 50 plus.
So,
I'm not kidding.
All of the secrets, all of the Tanika secrets are in those notebooks.
If my house burns down, then I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Okay, scannable by Evernote.
Yeah, that'll take a lot of years.
No, scannable by Evernote and cheap labor by Children.
Okay, there you go.
And you just have them sit there and scan it all in. And then you have backup copies of it.
In the cloud.
Or if they're loose leaf, you could run them through a scanner and it'd be quicker.
It's a combination of all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. And this isn't a commercial, but my newest notebook that I just got is an Everlast notebook by Rocketbook, and they have their scannable notebooks. And you can reuse this notebook over and over. Guess what happens after I write on this? The old versions you microwaved, and then ink would disappear. The new version, after you write on it, wet paper towel, and it comes off. So it's, in a way, it's like a whiteboard, but it's not, because you mark these little symbols down at the bottom, and then you scan it in, and it automatically will do whatever it is you program that symbol to do. So
You're
if you
make me go shopping.
Well, you never know. You could end up with, so you program your symbols to go to, like, if I program the rocket to go to my Google Drive, I program the diamond to go to my, to email it to me. I do the apple to put in my course notebook on Dropbox. So they have all sorts of integrations, and you program where you want each symbol to go. They're great. I'll put the link. I'll put the link in for them. They are sexy, and then you could have sexy digital notebooks.
There we go.
Lindsay just hashtagged sexy notebooks for you anyway.
I love it.
She's the hashtag queen. She comes up with our hashtags every week just by listening to fun tidbits.
I'm writing this down.
Sexy. It'll be in the show notes. It'll be in the show notes. So, tell me more about. I want to go either you can go back in time, or you can start now and then work your way back in time. So you can either go there and come forward, or go forward, start now and go backward. I'll let you choose that. Tell me what is a sexy, confident business diva, if I didn't know it all.
Okay, so it's pretty simple, but one big thing that I always like to put out there, sexy, the word, a little risque, a little bit more on the classier, more than raunchy side, but basically sexy is really a feeling. And so the feeling is all about, what makes you feel good inside, what lights you up. That is my definition of sexy. So I have to definitely put that out there. So that's that. Then you've got the confident. So that's a person or a female. Most of people that I work with are females. And that's someone that is confident in the things that they do. And even if they aren't confident, it's trying to figure out what it is that they are confident about. And then using that, tapping into that, to using that to push out, things for their businesses, to up level, to take things to the next level, whatever they're trying to do, or just, enhance their life. Then you've got the business part. So clearly I work with business people. I do work, I do some life coaching too. So I work with women just as well, dancing and the other stuff that I get into. But for the most part, sexy, confident business. And then you got the diva. The diva is a woman that is after what she's after, and she's not going to let anybody get in her way or stop her from going after what she wants. So when you put those all together, you have your sexy, confident business diva, and it's a woman who is clearly going after her biggest dreams, her biggest passions. She's trying to pursue them. She's going to achieve them, and she's not letting anything, hold her back and hold her down. So that is that.
Love that. So tell me about the Sexy Confident Business Diva program then. Like what I was in last year. Mm-hmm. So like it was a beta. So was it the first run out of that program?
Yep, that
very
was the first run.
Okay.
Yep, it was a beta that I opened up for free, and I took applications. So I wanted the right people in the group. Didn't want people that were just going to not even take the course or not even, watch the modules or participate, not engage, because I wanted to know how it worked, how it worked out for them. But basically the program focuses on 5 different areas. So you've got mind, body, soul, business, and marketing. And that's pretty much the premise of my business. Those are the areas that I really focus in on. And my whole thing is that if you are focusing on those areas, it builds a very strong foundation for your life and business to be built upon. So as long as you've got those 5 areas under control, you know what it is that you need to do or not do, the things that you need to focus on, as long as you build up, almost like building a house. If you are building those up nice and strong, then all the stuff you build on top, no matter if it breaks or doesn't break or whatever the case may be, you have a strong foundation that you can always come back to. So that's kind of what the program is about. It is about taking all those 5 areas and really honing in on what it is that you're doing in your business, really nailing down, everything from the name to the setup to your marketing plans, your ideal clients, everything. Taking all those elements and taking care of all those elements, and then using that to grow your business and make more money and live the life that you really want to live.
Mhm.
So,
And I like that it has. I mean, when we're talking, I visualized in my head a pentagon shape.
mhm,
And if you think about, I mean, of course, those of us in the U.S., of course, we know a building called the Pentagon, which is a very solidly shaped building.
mhm,
And so if you've got that solidly shaped building, and it almost is protective of that center of the building it's the building that doesn't, it's almost like a courtyard.
mhm,
And so it's almost like the core is in the center, but that building is known for protection too.
mhm,
So
mhm,
you've got these 5 solid shapes around a protective core.
mhm.
And so I'm visualizing that as I'm seeing, you've got these 5 pieces, but it's not just the pieces that people talk about of, oh, well, you need to make sure that you're dealing with your marketing right. You need to make sure you're dealing with your business. You need to make sure you're doing, you put mind, body, and soul in there too. And I think
Yes.
those 3 things make that protective of the core of your mind, body, and soul, but it also makes it that you are using those things as your strength,
Yes,
as well
absolutely.
as protecting them.
Absolutely.
Tell me what, yeah. So I mean, that's it, because to me, that's what made your program different. It's part of what drew me. At the time I did your beta test, there were like, I don't know, 10 other people doing
Mhm.
things. And, I had a menu of people I could pick to do a beta test with. And I'm like, I don't have a lot of time, but I do want to do one of these. Which one is going to be? And I picked 2 out of like 10. And yours was one of them. And I think I was drawn to it because of that mind, body, and soul piece.
Mhm.
It
You have to
connects
take
with me.
care of, mindset is probably number one important. And what we go over in the program is all about a growth mindset and how you're going to grow. If you are happy staying still where you're at, then this program is not for you. But everybody should be wanting to grow to the next level, whatever that is. And once you reach that level, you should be wanting to go to the next
Mhm.
level. And so mindset, number one, very, very, very important, but you have to take care of your brain. You have to take care of the temple that everything is in. So your
Mhm.
body, whether it's, mental or physical, you have to take care of it, because if you are sick, if you're drinking Diet Dr. Peppers every single day and no water whatsoever, you're not going to last very long. So you
Nope.
have to take care of your body. You have to take care of the brain, not just the mind, but the brain physically as well. If you are putting bad things into your system, and I'm not a health nut at all, because you will
Mm-mm.
see me, I had pizza last night for dinner. You will see me eat things and drink things that
You're
you probably
human.
shouldn't, but it's all in moderation.
Mhm.
It's not about, I don't believe in balance. I believe in everything working together. So I don't believe in balance. That's a myth to me, but
Mhm.
you have to take care of those things. And when I talk about the soul, so you've got your mind, you've got your body. The soul is all about the creativity and the things that you are truly passionate about. And when you know what it is that makes you feel so good, that's where the sexy creativity comes into. You can create so many things. You can take your life and your business in so many different directions, but you have to know deep down inside what it is that you want. Because if you don't, then you'll be spinning around like a squirrel or a chicken with their head cut off, trying to figure out
Chicken
what
with the head
should I
cut
do
off.
this? Should I do that? Should I do this? And it's never going to make sense, and you'll be forever frustrated. So why even do that? And so then I bring in the business part, which is actually the business skills. What should you be focusing on? How should your social media look? How should your marketing look? How should, your business be set up as an LLC or a sole proprietorship? Should you be online, offline? All those things we
So
talk
this
about.
is also really good for somebody who maybe hasn't. I see your program as not just good for somebody like I was, who was already doing business and kind of had a feel for what I wanted to do, but I'm always looking for additional either direction in my business or ways to tweak things or just ways to learn something more. I know that I've always known I was a perpetual student. I have proof of that behind my name with master's degrees and letters and stuff. But now I'm in a different phase of my life of perpetual learning that is something outside of academia, but inside of how do I create the future out of all those things I carry with me? How do I create that into something else? But I also see your program as fantastic for somebody who's like, I want to be in business for myself, but I have no clue what I want to do. Not a clue. And I think it's perfect for somebody who's just really, they know they want to do it, but they have no clue where they want to go. Do you have any students that have been like that?
Yes, I had, I can remember one specifically, and I'm not going to call out names.
No.
But when she came in, she wanted to be a virtual assistant. And of course, I talked to her before we opened up the program. Why do you want to be a virtual assistant? Oh, well, I heard they make a lot of money. Okay, well, I'm going to warn you right now, this is probably not going to be the program for you because that's not my vision for it. It has to be something that you're absolutely passionate about, because I feel, and you'll find other experts and authors and people out there that say passion has nothing to do with it. I believe that it does. If you're passionate about it.
I think it has everything to do with it.
Yes.
I think it has everything to do with it.
You will continue to make it, it's going to be top of mind, and in your mind, it's going to be important to you. So you're going to keep wanting to grow it and make it better. If it's something that's just, I just want to make quick money. No, it'll probably, and I can guarantee you right now, because we're still friends on Facebook, she's not doing any virtual assistant stuff. She's still trying to figure out what she wants to do. Yeah. And it's not that, so.
And there's certainly the journey to finding out what your passion is and what you want to do. And I think that's why I think it's good for somebody who may have no idea what they want to do, because the steps you go through actually walk you through, and you do, I said third grade worksheets, but really the harder part is the introspective soul searching, if you haven't been there yet, to find out what is that passion. How are you taking care of yourself or not? And being true with yourself on, are you drinking enough water? Or are you really drinking a little too much of the Diet Dr. Pepper?
Right.
Or to be true with yourself of, are you really getting enough sleep at night? Or are you really balancing, and I don't mean balance in the sense of the moderation word, but are you really keeping an eye on how much time you spend working versus how much time with family and friends, and are you really keeping an eye on those things to make sure you're taking care of everything that way? And that's really hard thing to do for somebody who, and I'm not going to say really older or younger, because I'm not young and it's still not easy for me. So I can't say, that's not a place where I can say my maturity or wisdom. It can help. My maturity and wisdom has helped me in that journey. Don't get me wrong. But I can't say that, I'm so good at it because I'm older. That's not true. No, because it's still a journey of looking at, my passions now are 1,000 times different than what they were when I was in my early 20s. And I can see this class being good for any age group. In that way.
It really, really is. And another thing that I'm big on is taking action. So even if you have, because I'm a multi-passionatepreneur, and there's people out there that say, you're just all over the place. You are the octopus. And yes, I'm the octopus. However, when I look back on my life, all of these different arms and things that I've been able to do have kept me alive, financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, all of the above. So I'm very big in this program, action. Even if you have an idea that may be your passion, put it out there and try it out and see what happens. If it fails, okay, it fails. Move on to the next. But if you don't take action and do these things, you're never ever going to know. So what's the point of even attempting to do anything? You have to get into action. And that's the other big component of this program is, we don't want slackers in there. We don't want people that just are going to put the program away and never do anything with it. We are taking you to the next step. We are getting you into action so you can figure out what it is that really lights you up inside. Once you figure it out, the sky's the limit. So,
oh, yeah. And which kind of reminds me of a discussion I had with a young one the other day. They were upset with their parent about device time, screen time. And, it was a couple siblings fighting about who was going to have the phone next and to play their games or watch their little videos or whatever they were doing. And it was so funny because it was like, I said, well, what would you do if there wasn't electricity? And we got to talk, the discussion led from there to the next thing it led to was, well, you could color and draw, and you could create, and they were showing pictures on the phone of things they want to draw, which is great. Because, having inspiration from these pop culture things they wanted to draw. But then they also were showing me drawings they had done. And I'm like, you could draw all of those things, and you could draw them in even more cool scenarios. And then we got to talking about the difference between YouTube videos that are, watching a YouTube video and reading a book. And how reading a book takes you into, so we got to talking about that creativity and that sky's the limit. And sitting here listening to you now, I'm kind of, I get worried about this next generation. Now, I'm all about the tech.
Mm-hmm.
It's not often that you find me away from a piece of technology.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, if the lights go out and I have to put an oil lamp on and read a book, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, sometimes I'm even, like, the other night I'm like, oh man, I've got so much, I really want to just go in and color. I had so much work to do I wasn't able to that night.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm planning some color time, just like I tell my social work students, when's your next appointment with yourself?
Yes, yeah.
So you have to have appointments with yourself to take care of yourself, because I could feel it, that I was too busy in my work,
Mm-hmm.
and I needed some me time, and I, unfortunately, at that point in time this week, I wasn't able to. So it was like, but I filed it. I'm like, you have to schedule yourself some time. And actually last night I spent some time off just relaxing, watching TV, which I never do. I just hung out with my husband, and he was watching TV. I was just hanging out.
Yeah.
So I did do a little bit, the colors were right there. I actually could have colored, but I think I was so tired by then I couldn't even create. But I think it's part of that learning how to monitor yourself
Mm-hmm.
is important, and that only comes with building the cognizance of it. I think going through the steps and learning to recognize when you feel drained.
Yes.
And recognize it, you hold on to it, and you go, okay, I feel drained. What do I need to do?
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't then also have a plan of what happens when you feel that way, you could accidentally go off the wrong way and end up being depressed and upset and lost.
Yeah. We don't need that.
So you're again back. I'm coming back again to having that mind, body, and soul is so important to do any business.
To do anything, really.
And especially if you're doing business by yourself.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's such a lonely world. I think if you refreshed again, because for some reason you might be Gilberting again, I'm not sure.
Really?
And I see there's 4 people watching. I am excited to see. I see Bobby Jones. I don't know who you are, but thank you so much for coming to the show. Donald Brandt, thank you for coming back again this week. I love seeing my Blab siblings here. So some of you guys may or may not know Tanika. We didn't really meet on Blab. Were you ever on Blab?
Mm-hmm. No, I tried it a couple times, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was when the magic happened. You missed the magic late nights.
I did.
That's okay. They're actually are still happening on WeKiki, and eventually I'm going to have Kiki, the person who created WeKiki, from Blab. But let's. The squirrels. The squirrels got me. I know the squirrels got me. All right. So I'm going to give the reins back to you. I want to ask you about this new program, this VIP program that's coming soon. I heard rumor that there's a VIP program coming soon, and people can get on the list now. And if they get on the list now, there's going to be some bonuses for those who are on the list.
Yes. So within the next week or so, the VIP card is going to open up, and on that VIP, the bonuses galore that you're going to get with it. A lot of good stuff. So the whole point is to get on that list so that when the notifications go out, you will get an email notification. I'm not going to post it on social media because you should already be on the list if you want to be VIP. Then the regular cart will open a week after that, which is fine, but you won't have all the bonuses. And the bonuses are more time with me to dive deep into what you're trying to do with your business. I've got another program that'll be in there that's all about planning your visibility plan. So putting it together, are you good doing live streams? Then we need to plan your live streams in there. Are you, you need to be email marketing. You need to be doing these certain steps to make sure that you are visible, you are engaging with your tribe, your community, your list, whatever audience, whatever you want to call them. So I'll have that program in there as well. I think you're going to put in something too.
I think I'm going to pop in for the first, I haven't decided for sure,
Okay.
but
something is
I'm
coming.
going to put in some coaching packages. I'll just put
Nice.
that way. I'm going to add into her stuff. I'm going to throw in a couple mini coaching packages for the people who get bonuses, and it may be like the first 6 people who sign up, or it may be a random 6 people. I haven't decided how I want to do that yet.
Okay. So lots of good, juicy things are going to be on that list for VIP people.
And it reminded me that, there may be some people listening to this on podcast. And so if you're listening on podcast, make sure and come over to creativeconnections.com and check out the show notes, because there's going to be links in those show notes to these offers, and also to things like the notebook I showed you guys earlier. Freedom Pop that I talked about last week will be in there. Make sure and come over and look at the show notes for a bunch of links to different resources. I usually try and put in things we talked about, but also some things that just stay in the show notes. So come over and check out those links if you're listening to the podcast on a podcasting thing. And I really appreciate those of you who listen, and those of you who are watching either live or on the replay.
And then you'll have a link as well for the VIP list. So
there's going to be a link in the show notes for the VIP list where you can sign up to. Because if you don't get on the VIP list, you won't get a chance to get the bonuses. Like, your only chance is to be on the VIP list. And I will guarantee that if you are on a list for Tanika and she gives away a bonus or a giveaway, or if she has a contest, I guarantee you that whatever that is you win will be rockin'. And we have a surprise guest coming in that doesn't realize we're in the show. Probably. And
I was wondering what that was.
I'm going to actually kick them from the room, because I'm going to lock the room. I usually don't have to lock the room, but somebody may have hit the wrong thing and come over here into the room. One of these times I will have just like an open mic. Open mic creative show. Yeah, that would be a fun show. Open mic creativity. And because we can fit up to 8 people in here. So, boy, I'm a bit squirreling today.
Yeah.
I am, it is late night. It's not even late night, and we're in the Zoom.
That's what happens when we get on.
It's what happens when we get, the zoo comes out, the squirrels come out, the people we don't know come in the room. So yeah, this VIP program, the VIP program will be in the notes. The and that's VIP to the Sexy Confident Business Diva. Should we tell them about next week? I think we should tell them about next week, because it's up on I've already posted about this, you guys.
Yeah.
Next week we are celebrating somebody's birthday, which is officially
my birthday.
Yes.
Now, where's my card? I should have brought it with me. So when my birthday's in May. It's actually May 11th, but I celebrate the whole month.
Okay.
So this is a whole month-long celebration, and that's what we're kind of ending the month with next week, is our little mini virtual summit, little mini series event, which is the Sexy Confident Business Diva in action. So it's all about taking
actions.
action.
It's about what can you do to take action. 2 things I love. One thing I really love about what you just said, the whole concept of celebrating your birthday all month. But you know what she's doing by celebrating her birthday? And if you're American Indian, you may get this when I say it, but she's celebrating her birthday Indian style by doing a giveaway. Basically, she's doing a giveaway the whole month, and to me, that's how we celebrate, is instead of having people give us stuff for our birthdays, we give away. And
That's
so
what
you're
I've been
having it. You're
doing.
doing a giveaway. You've been doing a giveaway all month.
All month long. I've been doing trainings. I've been giving away. We've been talking about pursuing your passions. We've been talking about successful mindset. What else did we talk about this month? It's just been stuff all over the place.
You guys have got to follow, in the show notes, follow Tanika's group, because she pops in live. You're in live about every day, right?
I try to be. I'm not.
Yeah,
consistent,
she just
but I
like
try to be.
pops in live, and all of a sudden you'll see this live video that's talking about whatever it is that you need to hear that day, and you don't even know why you need to hear it, but very motivating. And then posts that are motivating and get people talking. I actually talked to another diva the other day about some logos. We're gonna get her logoed up because she wanted logoed up, and there's just a bunch of good folks in that group, and you bring these snippet videos. You know, I've got a once a week show. I haven't started. You don't see me doing random videos yet. They're coming.
It's coming.
After the show, I know. After I get the show, kind of, it's becoming more an autopilot every week. Once I feel comfortable with where this show is, then I'm going to be just doing some random pop-up creative connections, either there or on my personal channel. And so we're going to have some more random stuff. I'm looking at the comments. We've got Herbie Marin doing a fist bump. Yeah. And Lindsay Badger. Every day we're squirreling. Yep. Every day Stacy's a squirreling. Carander, ask what software I'm using. I'm using Ecamm Live to do my show and appear in. That's how this show show rolls. So your Facebook community is great. The your celebration next week is all about action.
Yeah.
So I know that you have a group of presenters, and there's going to be a link. There's a link to show what the presenters and everything, right?
Yep.
Excuse me. So I'm lucky enough to be one of the presenters next week on Wednesday. I'm going to be on her show talking about mindfulness and wellness. So see, this is how this works. This is it's an integral trade thing. It's you come on my show, I'll come on your show, and the back and forth. And that's how we all work, I think, as human beings. The barter system is alive and well, and it's just, let's empower each other and trade. And so can you tell me about the other presenters? So we have a presenter every day, is that right?
Yep.
So this celebration's all week, and there's one presenter every day.
Yep, it's Monday through Saturday of next week. So Monday I'll come on and just do a kickoff and just kind of go over what the whole week is about. The presentation should only last 20 minutes. That's it. I'll come in and do a quick little, hey, this is who's talking, and then I'll, tag you out, tag whoever's coming on out. But it's only a quick little 20 minutes of what you can do to, improve your life and or your business. So once they talk about that, they'll give one tip that you can actually do immediately, and it should give you immediate results, whatever that category is. If you post your answer in the group, there'll be a feed where you can post your answer, then you'll be entered in a chance to win another prize, because we're all about prizes and gifts and freebies and all kinds of good stuff. So
because it's given away for your birthday.
That are engaged. We want you to get in action. So the first presenter, I'll be on Monday. On Tuesday is Danny Munez, and she is I'll probably jack up everybody's titles, but anyway, she works on a lot of productivity and mindset. So she's going to come and talk to you all about that. And then you are on Wednesday, and you'll be talking about mindfulness for wellness. So things that you can do for this healthy all over. And then what's the day after that? We got Thursday. Thursday will be, Nicole. She is a Reiki professional. So she I've had sessions with her. She's amazing too. They're all amazing. Everybody is amazing. I love every single one of these women. She's going to come and talk to you about vibrations and how you should always be in high vibrations, because when you are, stuff just starts coming. I'm talking, positive things, success, money, good people, all that stuff. If you are in high vibe, that stuff is just coming.
Are they all at the same time every day?
Yes, 3:00.
3:00
Eastern Standard Time.
Which means hers is going to be during my show.
Yeah.
So I'll have to watch the replay on hers.
Go and sign up, and there will be a replay for the people that sign up, because this will be shown live to the world. If you sign up, you will have access to the replay.
So you've got to make sure and sign up if you're going to be watching my show. You need to make sure and sign up so that you can catch
exactly.
Because I am going to have a really cool guest on next week. You guys aren't going to want to miss next week. I'll tell you about that in a little bit.
So not to take away from you at all.
But
yes, as long as you sign up, you will get a replay.
Yeah. It's another good reason to sign up, I think. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's a sign up on a list so that you get a chance to make sure and catch, because I really want to hear about the vibration thing, because
yes, it's amazing.
Anything you can do to keep yourself in a higher mindset, in a positivity, in that just where you feel good. I mean, for one, if nothing else about it, where you just feel good.
Yeah, it's powerful, very powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And it's stuff
and
that
so
I'm still learning about myself.
She's Thursday.
Yep, she's Thursday. Then on Friday, we've got another Nicole Kelso. She's amazing, live video and using video and to get your visibility up. So she's going to come and bring on tips about that. And then on Saturday, it will be Ida, who's also amazing, and she's talking about doing business from the soul. So this is all things that you can do as a woman to really enhance everything that you're doing in life and business. So a lot of great information. And then we are going to have a bonus Saturday, which I haven't announced yet. We're going to do a dance session. So I'm going to come back on later. It'll be either in the morning, I haven't decided yet, or later in the evening on Saturday. And we're going to do a dance session because I'm all about some dance, and I'm all about being creative, and music is like my life. I need music like all the time. If I'm not listening to something, I'm singing it. So music, we're going to do a little mini, like a boost jam session where I'll teach y'all some steps, and we'll dance it out to some good music and see how y'all feel after that.
Hey, maybe that one might be kind of fun. Yeah. If you guys should check out, if you want to see some fun stuff, check out Tanika's Pinterest boards for some fun dance stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
And for taking care of yourself. Dance stuff to take care of yourself.
My life is my business. My life is my brand. So yes, you get to know a lot of me. Yeah. I'm a weird one. Dance
is one of your passions.
That's I've been dancing since I was maybe in my mom's belly. So yeah.
just a year or two,
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't look at the gray.
Oh, it's a gray day. There's gray everywhere. From what I hear, there's lots of gray. Antoine, I hope I don't mess up your name. Antoine Ann Williams, thanks for coming to the show. Appreciate you. I'm seeing as people pop in and make a comment, throw comments over there, because that's the only way I can tell that somebody's watching is if you pop a comment in the chat. I see that there's 3 people watching at the moment. And if you're watching the replays, go ahead and put a comment in. I'll still see it because I go and watch those comments all the time so that I can see who's watching the show. I know people can't always watch at 2:00 Central. Yeah. A lot of people in this area, they're at work at their day job because they're still doing a day job to support their passion that they do every other time. I'm lucky that I now have the flexibility that I can do a show at 2 p.m. instead of in the evening. But I know that there are a lot of my colleagues out there who are still hitting it on the 9 to 5 so that they can do their passion at night and start working on things that they're, and maybe their 9 to 5 is their passion, but they still get to watch creative things in the evening. Thankfully, it's not just watching TV that we do anymore. I caught myself yesterday. I turned on my Apple TV, and Facebook Live is now on Apple TV. Those of you who are techie may not know that. Oh, Barb, thank you for listening. Listening works. That's why it's on a podcast too, and you can listen and watch on the video. I turn on my Apple TV, and Facebook Live is on there, and you can flip through and find videos that are live. So if you have an Apple TV, you can actually watch this show on Apple TV on Thursdays. But I was flipping through the lives, and here comes a live show, and I know bunches of people who are listening are probably going to know this name. But I flip, and I'm like, oh, there's somebody's show I never get to see. It was Gary Vee. Right? But it wasn't just Gary Vee. He had his dad, Sasha, on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday's show with Gary Vee was so cool because his dad got to talk about where he came from and his business, and they got to talk about parents and children and business together. I don't know what it'd be like if I was in business with my mom, or if I would have been in business. My dad had his own business. What those would have been. I did work for my dad when he had his own business. It was secret shopping.
Oh, nice.
And I remember one instance, I actually went in and bought liquor at a liquor store, and I was underage, but it was to see if they checked my ID. And it was for the secret shopping thing. But I was so nervous. Oh my God.
Fun.
But I've actually had some glimpses of thinking about him lately because he had his own business, and some of the struggles I've been dealing with is like, I wonder what he would say, because he's not with us here. And I'm like, wonder what he would say about that, and so it's, that's where I think you get that lonely part of being an entrepreneur is, if you're in business for yourself and you're in business, but you're kind of by yourself, or it feels like you're by yourself, is you need to have a sisterhood or a divahood or a group or groups of people that you either hang out with at night and we do things different than people that are in a 9-to-5. We do hang out with each other and get ideas from each other. We also empower and give ideas back and forth to each other. Unlike a traditional model of competition, it's more of, what can we do together? What can we make that, because this is stronger than this, to me. If you're what are listening, I'm weaving my hands together, and that's a stronger feeling than bumping your fists up against each other, fighting and being in competition. And that's where I think the blessing of being in a program, because I know there's people that are in the Diva program together. We you bond with each other that are in a program like that, kind of like bonding in a college class.
Yep.
You bond with each other, and then you go on and work on collaborations and things. And that's what it's all about. It all comes down to the relationship we have with each other, and that creative connection, the fact that technology brings us this creative connection is really probably at the heart of my show. And I really appreciate having my diva sisters and my other techie geeky girls to hang out. So I've really appreciated having you for that. What would you say, Tanika, are the main takeaways, what are the top 3 things you want our audience to take away about you or from you today? The biggest things you want them to have.
Put me on the spot. I'm just, my programs, my coaching style, the things that I do is a lot different than what is out there right now. So if anybody has ever had a bad taste in their mouth from a coach or a mentor or anything, entrepreneur, whoever is working with you, consultant, the way I do things is so much different. And I think the people that I usually work with end up becoming really good friends of mine because that bond is just so, so important to me. I am all about giving and serving and giving and serving and giving and serving. And so one thing that I do believe in is that when you give and when you serve, the universe is going to give right back to you. So that's one of my huge, huge beliefs. And, I'm fun, I'm down to earth, and I want everybody to pursue what they love to do because honestly, yes, I want world peace. And I think that if everybody...
Right now, we really need it.
We need it so bad. And I think if people were just happy doing the things that they love to do, it'd be a different world. So I'm all about trying to change that. And I'm really, 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 really about empowering women I worked 9 to 5. I've worked it, and I've been laid off several times, and I've gone through that process all the time. And it's like, I'm tired of people, either using me or not using what I'm good at, being walked on. I'm tired of that. I determine my worth. I determine my value, and I'm here for this message, for, this important task, this purpose. I'm the vessel, and I'm bringing it to the world, and that's what I want people to know. Just be empowered to do what you want to do. So that's my big thing.
So you lead people through to that gift of being able to take that passion that might be teeny tiny inside them at the time and make it come out and shine in confidence and in doing doing the things they want to do.
There's been so many times where people, even when I first started, because I've been an entrepreneur since I was 7, and that was years ago. But even now, just getting into the online space in the past 3 or 4 years or so, people will be like, oh, Tanika, this makes money. You should be doing this. Do these Facebook ads. Do all this stuff. And it's like, it doesn't feel good to me. And that's the point where I'm at, where it doesn't feel good to me. So why would I want to do it? Why would I put together a program that doesn't feel good to me? This feels good to me. This feels amazing. And I want other people, women and men. There are a couple of guys that are in the group too, to feel just happy and elated about what they're doing in the world, because when you are, it makes everything so much better. I promise.
Oh, you don't want to go to sleep at night. You get up out of bed, you get a private message from somebody, and this is real life story here. You get a private message about something from somebody, hey, go watch this video. And you go watch the video with your headphones on because everybody's asleep next to you. Husband was asleep next to me. This is a real story I'm telling to myself. Watch the video, and I'm like, fired back a quick text message, oh my gosh, yes, I'll do this and this and this, I get a message back, and I'm like, oh man, now I have to get up, and I literally got myself out of, because I not really awake so much as I was, oh my God, I'm so excited. I have to go write all of this up now. I can't just sit here and text messages. I have to get up and go in and type out some stuff. And I was up for 4 more hours after watching that video that night because I was loving what I was doing. It wasn't, oh my gosh, I'm spending 4 hours doing this because and then I've got to get up in the morning to go to work. It's, I'm doing this now, and it is the work that is going to propel something. And that night's progress actually led to not just what we're, to not just, and what it was the little bit about me being on next week. It's not just me being on there next week. There's about 4 other things that I created that night that are coming. That are now in the stages of, and it's all because of that passion and that spark that you sent in. She just sent me a simple little private message.
Video. I didn't want to write anything down. I was like, hey, I have this idea. This is it. Are you interested? Blah, 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 blah. Let me know.
So instead of a private message, we sometimes send each other little video tidbits, and it's like, got me so excited, it got me out of bed, and I'm up and doing, and now, and don't worry, I love me my sleep. I still got my sleep. I don't skimp on that one. I do not skimp on sleep. So, where does everybody, so where does everybody find you? Where do people find Tanika?
Probably the easiest, most direct place is just go to facebook.com/Tanika Mason Official. Because anything that I share out to my other social media pages, I'll put it there as well. So that's the easiest, most direct place.
Your website?
Website, which is going through a rebrand, but you feel free to go to my website, is TanikaMason.com. But yeah, so that hopefully next week will be looking a lot different than it does right now. So yeah.
I think, rebrands and refreshes about every 6 months to a year are important anyway. Yeah. So I people used to get all tied up of, do I, oh my gosh, my website doesn't look where I want it to be. Well, that's okay. You'll work on it, and it will be, and it's okay that it's in the middle of a rebrand.
Businesses constantly change. Technology constantly changes. As long as you adapt to it, you are all good.
That's the part that's hard. We're humans and we don't like adapting to change.
Well, you need to if you want to grow.
Yep. So find her at TanikaMason.com. Find me at StacyBraiuca.com, StacyBraiuca.com. Tanika, I want to thank you not only for being on the show today, but inspiring me in so many ways, making me get out of bed late night, making me late night squirrel sessions in the zoo. Thank you for the water. Thank you for the water. I know I'm feeling better because of the water. And for having such a great interactivity to make somebody feel welcome and just for being here. You know, when you guys, she's like this in her, you're not seeing anything different than maybe she's a little more like laid back, maybe. Not much. I think pretty much what you see with me, I know, is what you get. What you see with Tanika is what you get. We're not much different if but if you're in her program and in her group, you're going to get the same. You're going to get like group video sessions, and there's lots of fun stuff in the program. And I guarantee you that no matter where you're at in your business, if you take the opportunity to be on that VIP list, you'll get information. You will get, even in these little videos next week, you are going to get gold just by watching. And if you're on that VIP list and you're on the program, you're going to be able to watch the replays. So
regardless, just get on the list. So
yeah, get on the list. It will be in the notes. There'll be numerous things in the notes. I thank everybody for watching. I thank all my video folks, Barb and my Blab siblings, Barb, Lindsay, Herbie, Dawn, Coriander. Did I miss anybody that's a Blab sib? I can't tell. And then Antoine Ann, I don't know who you are, but I really appreciate you coming in. Bobby Jones. And if I missed anybody's name, I can see a little bit of the Facebook scroll over there. And I think my sister Kat who maybe tried to come in and chat with us. She's actually going to be on an upcoming show. Next week's show, let me tell you guys. Thank you. So next week's show, I'm going to have a special guest, and we're going to see how this works. Next week, you're going to have not one, but two McBees on the screen. Those of you who may or may not know, my maiden name's McBee. So my cousin David is going to come on the show and show off his geeky creativity with green screens, drones, and reptiles. He does dronetography. He does amazing drone photography. He is a vlogger. He works in marketing, but he has a background in acting, and it comes out in a lot of things he does. He is so funny. So I can't wait to see what happens. There's a chance that it might be a live show, like I might be live with him physically in the same place instead of a video show, or it's going to be both of us on our green screens. I'm not sure yet. So watch for my posts about that, and watch for the posts about next week's celebration, the Diva celebration with Tanika, and come hang out with us in those. They're going to be fun. Come hang out and watch those. I really appreciate all of you coming to this episode of Creative Connections, and we will see you
Thank you for participating in our podcast today. You can find Stacy at Stacy Braiuca on any social media channels. Support us with your purchases in our tech shop, CRE number 8 TIVconnections.tech. Music courtesy of Enneagram Records, Scotty McBee, Upper Deck Studios, and Scott McBee. We appreciate their creativity, originality, and sponsorship of the show. Find the intro song Brooklyn and 59 in iTunes using the link in our show notes below. Our podcast website is CRE number 8 TIVconnections.com. Thank you from Creative Connections, bringing creatives and geeks together all over the planet, one tiny podcast at a time. If you are listening on your favorite podcast website, come by and check out our previous episodes on our websites. See you next week at 2 p.m. Central for the next Creative Connections.